Europe's ports in a new world. It's the slogan launched by the European Seaports Organization for this conference. How do you see the future of ports in this new world? How do you see the future of port authorities in this new world?
Yeah. Well, the first question you could ask is, are port authorities still necessary in this new world? Do we need them? Well, I think the evidence is that indeed we need them. There are a lot of reasons for that. There is a poor development, coordination that needs to be in the hand of an authority. There is the issue of the property rights and a lot of other issues that would make port authority necessary. I think the second issue is the word port authority still valid today and also in the future? And then I would say maybe the term port authority is not the most interesting one anymore. Maybe we should call it maybe port development companies. Some people have called it like that, managing bodies of ports, or even ports ecosystem manager. So there are different names possible. So I think they're needed. I think maybe in terms of the name itself, we should reconsider a bit. But particularly, I think we need to think of what the port authority is going to do in the future. And as you know, a lot of port authorities around Europe, not everywhere, but a lot of them have been given more possibilities to also venture into specific activities, such as, for example, data platforms or hinterland transportation issues and so on. So they might be getting into that. And I think it's very important that each individual port authority has to figure out what kind of role do they see for themselves. Do they just want to be passive? For some things it could be that maybe the port authority should not get involved, let the market do what it's supposed to do, or even another government do what they are supposed to do. So that is one option. Maybe here and there they are facilitator, just helping out but not really taking part in the market or through investments and so on. No, just facilitating, trying to help where possible, but not taking part in the whole market mechanism. And the third option is to really be an entrepreneur and to say, yeah, in these and these and these areas, we as a port authority, we're going to invest. If there is not a sufficient solution in terms of, let's say, hinterland accessibility, why are you not stepping in? Why don't you say, okay, this is crucial for the future of our port. Maybe we should also, together with other parties, make sure that this can be realized. In terms of data platforms, if the market is not offering a good solution for your port, maybe you step in, you invest in data platforms or in companies that can actually develop these kind of data platforms and so on. But again, it's very individual based on the local situation of the port authority, and also depends on the mission and vision of the port. Because not all ports in Europe have the same kind of idea of what they want to be in the future. So it's really dependent on the local situation. And so it's not like in all activities you should go for investments and active participation, but it's also not that you have in all activities a kind of passive role. No, for some activities you might have to go very far as a port authority. In other type of activities or fields of action, you might say, okay, I stay on the sideline and let the market come up with the best possible solutions. So that's a bit how I see the port authority of the future. Necessary, yes. Active, well, it depends. Not on all fronts. I think a port authority should not have the ambition to take over everything and to say, I can do everything better. No, they cannot do everything better. There are other parties in the market that might be able to provide better solutions to problems that exist than a port authority. But that doesn't mean there are no areas where the port authority can indeed play a much more active role.